excited to start testing out new products with you guys. This is all stuff that you can get at Ulta. And I just wanted to do a first impression, kind of try on with you guys, let you know my thoughts, and then do a wear test as well. Okay, so the first thing I am testing out today is The Ordinary. I've never used anything from this brand, but I've heard really great things, and everything is very reasonably priced. It's a skincare kind of based brand, but this is actually a primer. It's called the High Adherance Silicone Primer. I'm thinking maybe it will be similar to the Milk Hydro Grip type of primer. These types of gripping primers are supposed to be really good for longevity and keeping your makeup on all day. Interesting, it's white, so it looks very much like a moisturizer, but it's very thick. Oh wow. It's sticky. It's got the high adherence type of gripping quality about it. It's not as sticky right off the bat as the Hydro Grip from Milk. It does feel very hydrating, which is nice. But the number one ingredient is water, so I think that it is just very hydrating. It's not overly silicone-y. Maybe I need to let it get tacky. I'll let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off of camera since y'all don't want to see me do my brows again. I'm gonna use that same product that I reviewed in my last video, the Morphe brow cream. Okay, so excited. The skin tint I'm gonna be using today is the Morphe Hint Skin Tint. It says sheer to medium coverage. Keep it light and easy with this fluid tint that melts into skin while providing a naturally radiant finish. I got the shade Hint of Marshmallow. It comes with a little dropper, which I'm very used to because I normally use the Catrice HD foundation, which is a similar concept with the dropper. It seems a lot more fluid right off the bat than I'm used to, which is, oh, it kind of looks a little yellow, but we'll go with it and see what happens. I'm not a huge fan of droppers. I would much, oh gosh, it went into my brow. That is a lot more liquidy than I was anticipating. We'll just go with it. I normally do brows after my base, so I definitely think that it's probably gonna be my go-to. And it does say that it's a sheer tint, but I do feel like it is buildable. Like you definitely can build it up, and it's clearly covering the redness I have from my sunburn. I did apply a lot, so I think it is definitely a buildable and sheer to medium coverage. I could see that that if I applied less, it would be definitely more sheer, but it is a little bit buildable. I don't think you're ever going to get full coverage with this. That's not the purpose of this type of product. You can still see my freckles. You can still see kind of like the blueness under my eyes, which I'll try and get some concealer to cover that up. We do have a new concealer to use, which I'm super excited about too. So the concealer I got is the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. Now when I think of radiant concealer, I'm thinking something definitely not matte, something more luminous, something more wet looking, something that's not probably going to be full coverage. It's going to have some sort of a sheen to it, so it's going to be a little bit more see-through and not quite as opaque. But those are my initial kind of thoughts on what I'm expecting, but I definitely could be wrong, and we'll see. That's the fun of it. So I love the little applicator. Got a little sponge tip applicator. It's very similar to the Maybelline Age Rewind in that aspect. I usually like a more full coverage because I do have these kind of bluish veins underneath my eyes, but I also want it to look natural and luminous. And I think this did a beautiful job. Wow. I spoke about my recent video, which I'll link in the cards above, that I really hadn't tried a new powder in like a long time because I've been doing the Maybelline Fit Me powders, and I just feel like they're just a good go-to staple. You know what to expect, and the price is really good. But I wanted to test out a new product for you guys. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, and it says it's waterproof. I'm not going to test that out today, but I'll just take its word. It would be nice, like, if you do have like some sort of tears, whether that be crying or allergies or something, that if you had some powder underneath your eyes, that it wouldn't all like crust up and like start separating. But who knows? It says it's the transparent shade, and it's the Prime and Fine. I actually got the Prime and Fine Dewy Glow fixing spray from Catrice as well. I literally just got this out of the box, and it was in with all these products, and I don't know if the products are what scratched up the packaging or if it was already scratched up beforehand, but it's very scratched up, which I honestly like don't care, but just letting you guys know that it's the packaging. It looks really cheap, but I will say a plus side is that it definitely has a really nice mirror. I mean, the luminosity is pretty and you can definitely wear it like that. I just can't not set my concealer just because I feel like it just creases too bad on me and I just don't like the look of it. So, but personal preference. This is e.l.f. Putty Blush, and it's in the shade I don't know. No name or number anywhere on the packaging, so I'm not really sure. It's just a really pretty rosy color. I think I'm just gonna go in with my fingertip first and then just kind of tap it in. Be sure when you're doing this that you're tapping and not dragging, because that base product, that skin tint we have on, is still tacky. When you drag it, it definitely will pick up that product and move it around. So you just want to tap it out. I added a little bit to my nose as well, just to kind of get that sun-kissed look, although I already have a lot of redness going on, but it just kind of makes everything look a little bit more natural. I'm going to set the face by just applying a light layer of this mattifying powder. I don't want to overly mattify. I just want to set everything down so that we can go over it with more product. I'm really liking this powder so far. I'll have to use it more often and just see, you know, if I can use it in a multitude of different settings and uses. But so far, I'm very much liking that. It's not overly mattifying. It's not super drying either. So this is the Essence. It's called Essence The Blush. That's the name of it, The Blush. It's in the shade Bespoke. It's like a bronzy peach kind of tone, but it actually looks deeper in person than it actually does on camera for some reason. It doesn't have any luminosity in it. It is a matte blush, so I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to take away all of that sheen and like pretty luminosity that we have going on the cheeks. Wow. That is really pretty. This is the Revolution Highlighter Reloaded. That's a lot. I think it's pretty. Yes, that is beautiful. Look at that. I'm honestly surprised that it looks as like wet as it does. Sometimes with big products, it can go either way. Sometimes they can look more chunky and more powdery and just sit on top of the skin, but this is really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to set that with the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow. It's got I'm just not a huge fan of that scent. It kind of looks like a little bit of a rosy scent, but I'd rather it not have any scent to it. Like the Morphe setting spray is really nice because it's got a really great mist on it, but it also doesn't have a smell. This is the Festival palette by Juvias Place. How beautiful is that? I love the colors. I love the artistry. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So summery, so beautiful. Using a Morphe brush, just a big fluffy brush here. I'm not really too sure what these names mean or like how to pronounce them, so if I get them wrong, I'm sorry. Manwu, right here is this peachy shade. I'm gonna go in and tap off the excess because I have a feeling this is gonna be pigmented. I am so excited to play with color, you guys. I just feel like I've been in a rut, and typically in the summertime, I like doing more vibrant colors and looks. Like blues and greens and purples and all sorts of stuff that I don't normally do. Wow, that's beautiful. But I really haven't done that lately. So it's now officially July. I really want to kind of get out of my comfort zone and enjoy summer colors before summer's over. I mean, you can enjoy summer colors all throughout the year, but I just feel like in the summertime it's just so, it just goes with the vibe, you know? This is the Morphe E17, and I'm gonna go in with Ophala, which is that vibrant neon coral shade. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I just feel like I can't get enough of this shade. Like, I just keep applying more and more and more and more because I just think it's stunning. It's literally like a sunrise. Blending out those edges so they're not harsh. I kind of want to apply Oro, which is the mustard shade. Beautiful sunset. Look at that mustardy shade. Kind of has that ombre effect to it. Okay, I decided to take that all over the lid. Not all over, but in the kind of inner half of the lid. So I'm adding that peach shade. They have this gold shade in the palette called Odogu. Oh yeah, that was a good choice. That's beautiful. I'm gonna try though and use a mist and just wet my brush and see if that makes it any more intense. I definitely can see that this side is more foiled. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. You definitely don't need to do this step of spraying your brush down because these are beautiful as is. But it just kind of makes things a little bit more shiny, and I think you can't go wrong with more shine. It's just beautiful. I guess I have this red shade, so I guess let me try that real quick. Just add a tiny, tiny bit of that red shade on the outer corner just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, see, it looks pretty red in the pan here. Clearly it looks very warm, but it's actually just, it goes with the neon peach shade very well. I think they complement each other really nicely. I'm going to take that black shade and I want to kind of use it as a liner. I'm not sure how that will look because it has a little bit of a shimmer sheen to it, but we're going with it. Using an angled brush. I like the eyes a lot. I feel like it's very summery, very colorful. So I'm gonna test out a new mascara. This is the Essence What the Fake. I love the name, but What the Fake Volumizing Fiber. I like that mascara. I should have probably curled them ahead of time, but I really don't feel like getting up and getting my curler right now, so it is what it is. They're not super lengthening to me, but I can, I'll probably do a second coat and see if that helps. It's got a like angle to it, which I find really handy for kind of getting up under there. And then you can flip it around and do the lower lashes if you want to do it like that. I feel like the design of this is really nice, and I like how this has like a curved bulb. So it's actually pretty comfortable when gripping it. Okay, yeah, a second coat definitely helps to lengthen, and it's a kind of a sticky formula, so that second coat really helps to help them stick and lengthen, and hopefully will help them stay longer throughout the day. This is the Cloud Pout from Wet n Wild, the Marshmallow Lip Mousse. I think it's supposed to be like a liquid lipstick, but a comfortable moussey texture. And I got mine in the shade Fluffernutter. That smells divine, like marshmallow, sweet cream. Yum. That is beautiful. The smell, the color, the feeling, it's a very soft, cloudy texture. I feel like lashes might hide the pretty sunset we have going on right now. Let me add a third coat just to really try and bump these lashes up. So hopefully we won't need false lashes. Okay, so it has been a few weeks. Yes, I said weeks since filming the original part of this video, but I realized towards the end that I really didn't have time to really develop full opinions on everything. Some things, most things that I tried were things that I loved, but I really wanted to have a significant wear test for you guys. Now, 3 weeks was a bit much. It was not intended to be that long, but I felt like the wear test that I did, which was like 4 or 5 hours, was just not enough to really kind of gauge what I thought about the products. So, it now being 3 weeks later, I've got some thoughts. So first off, we've got the Ordinary High Adherance Silicone Primer. Now this, it's so-so. Honestly, for me, I don't typically wear a primer. I usually just use my SPF and my moisturizer and good to go. So for me to religiously utilize a primer over and over again, it's gotta be something that's significantly like makes a difference, you know what I mean? It's got a little bit of a grip to it when you first apply it, but honestly it dissipates really quickly. It's not super tacky or anything like that, so I feel like it doesn't really extend the longevity of your makeup. The Hint Hint Skin Tint. I like how it looks initially, but honestly, towards the end of the day, like if y'all can see like the breaking up on my nose, it's okay. I mean, I'm not like blown out of the water by this stuff. I'm not like, oh my gosh, yes, but I do think there's a place for it in my routine, something that is going to give me, like, as you can see all of my freckles and everything. Like, it still has skin peeking through. It looks like skin. So I feel like I might wear it on days where I don't really care to set it. Maybe I don't need to set it for one reason or another. And something that I'm just wanting something a little bit lighter and more luminous, especially in the summertime. If I'm going to be just kind of out and about, this is definitely a good go-to for me because it's not overly drying and it is really pretty and like luminous looking. Okay, next is the Born to Glow Concealer. Loved this when I first applied it in the initial part of the video, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just it just doesn't give me enough coverage, and that's kind of what I like. There's not really like blemishes necessarily that you want to cover. This is really great for brightening. I will say I love this color. This and the Skin Tint, I feel like these are match made in heaven because you're wanting something a little bit more lightweight, a little bit less full coverage. These two go really, really nice together. Get that like nice natural luminosity. This has some luminosity to it, some nice kind of wet looking dewy skin. Okay, the Prime and Fine Powder from Catrice. It worked great all over the face. It actually is not overly drying. I felt like my skin still had a little bit of like dewiness to it. It's very lightweight. It feels very smooth. It's a very finely milled powder. So overall, I felt like it worked really well. All right, this is the Essence blush we talked about. This is stunning. Now, I did not wear it today because I just felt like very summer vibes with this shirt and the eyes, and I wanted something kind of like a coral pop on the cheeks. So I'm not wearing this. This is definitely, I feel like, the perfect kind of more wintry vibe. I definitely want to check out more colors. These blushes are really good. They are mattifying, so if that's something that you're not looking for, like if you want something more luminous, this isn't going to be for you. You can always add luminosity on top, which is what I do, but it is a matte blush. But for the price tag of this, and what it is, the formula, it's very pigmented, but not like so much so that it's hard to work with. All right, next is the Makeup Revolution Highlight. As you can see, this highlight is beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite things that I tried from this first impression video. Like, you can still see how beaming it is. It doesn't look chunky. It doesn't look, like I've got some powders that look, like by the end of the day, they just kind of look like like it's just chunk, you know what I mean? Like it's not smooth, it doesn't look like wet like this, you know what I mean? This, see how pretty that is? I think this shade is Dare to Divulge. I'm not sure if they have more shades, but I definitely want to check out more of this line because it's clearly beautiful. I've been wearing it for over 12 hours. Do you see how it's still popping? Yes. All right, let's talk about really what I think is the star of this entire video. This palette is stunning. As you can see, I'm wearing it on my eyes again today. I tried to kind of a little bit mimic the look I had in the initial part of the video, but I didn't go too crazy with it today just because I had to work and I was kind of in a hurry. But this is great because I'm like in a hurry and I can still use color. Like it's manageable. It's a formula that you can work with. It's such a user-friendly palette. I have not tried the blue yet. A+, A+, 2 thumbs up. I actually got it on sale from Ulta for half off. So it's regularly $20, but I got it for $10. I looked and I don't think it's on sale anymore, but just keep your eye out. It may go on sale again. This is such a beautiful, beautiful summer palette. The e.l.f. Putty Blush. This formula is just, again, very user-friendly. It's easy to blend, it doesn't dry too quickly, it is beautiful, it's not overpowering, it's not like so pigmented that it's really hard to blend out and you end up looking like clownish. It's buildable, it's beautiful, and it's got a little bit of a luminosity to it because it is kind of like that emollient sort of texture, like that cream, obviously cream finish is going to give you a little bit more of a dewy look to the skin. So this is beautiful. Okay, so for mascara, let's talk about this. This is the Essence What the Fake mascara. I definitely think that it's good. It's not the best. Honestly, I feel like when you first apply it, it's really nice, but it does it doesn't wear long throughout the day. Like it doesn't keep your lashes up throughout the whole day. Nothing to write home about. It's just an okay mascara. So let's talk about the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout lipstick. And this is actually a Marshmallow lip mousse. So it doesn't claim to be a liquid lipstick or like a lip gloss or lipstick. It's just a lip mousse, which that is exactly what it feels like. It feels like a cloud, moussey, just very like kind of airy. And I love the smell of it. Like it smells so, so good. I love the texture of it, how it feels on the lips. Maybe because it's just not very long wearing. I don't know. There's something about it that I can't pinpoint, but I'm like, it's like, I'd say this is like 75% there, like, but there's something missing. I like the ones that let you lip line. Like you don't have to wear a lip liner. You can just like line your lips and it looks beautiful and filled in. I understand why they did the doe foot the way that they did, but I'm just not a huge fan of having to wear a lip liner, and you really do with this product because it bleeds the outside of the lips quite a bit. I definitely like it. Another one that I just don't love. All right, and finally, let's talk about the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. You do have to shake it up because I do find that it has those like the dewy kind of glitter particles in it. Okay, first of all, I did that for good measure for you guys, just to make sure. I wore it this morning. I honestly could not like get over the smell. But also too, I just sprayed it and I accidentally had my mouth open. Disgusting. Like, I feel like I need to go wash my mouth out. I feel like I just swallowed perfume. I feel like the Morphe setting spray is just so nice. It doesn't have a real like a scent to it. And it's okay if you get a little bit in your mouth. Probably shouldn't. But if you do, like, it doesn't taste horrific. This is not good, but the smell is really what gets me. That rose scent is just so strong. Not a fan. Alright guys, that is it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video of first impressions. Let me know what you thought down below, and I would really appreciate a thumbs up on this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you guys would like to see next, and I'd love to film that for you. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.